everyone, welcome to a new video interview at Chogonet Gaming News. Well, you've been reading at Chogonet that Mohegan has taken center stage since Connecticut has expanded gambling options, including iGaming and sports betting in the past 2 months. So today we're joined by Ray Pineault, the CEO of Mohegan Gaming Entertainment. So thank you, Ray, for having us today. It's a pleasure.
Juan, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Right. Well, so we would like to have your initial assessment of these new businesses. It's been over a little over 2 months and a half since Mohegan Sun Casino opened its temporary sportsbook with FanDuel, and then followed by online gaming and sports betting options in the state. So are the initial numbers and key indicators meeting your initial expectations?
We're very pleased with the performance that we've seen so far. You know, as you said, Juan, we're very early in the process. So we opened up our bricks and mortar sports book on 30th. And in mid-October, we opened up our mobile wagering for sportsbook and the iGaming casino. And thus far, with just over 2 months behind us now, we're very happy with the results that we're seeing so far. We're very happy with the receptivity we're seeing from our guests. And I would say that what we're seeing preliminarily is actually somewhat exceeding our expectations for this early stage of the offering.
Well, so we've seen the November numbers. We've covered them today at Chogonet, and we are seeing that slot revenue is going up. It's continuing its upward trend. And we had some statement from Mohegan Sun president, Jeff Hamilton, who said that the availability of sports betting had driven traffic to the casino. So are you seeing any indicators reflecting this crossover trend? And how is FanDuel and its apps features and added value driving this kind of synergies and bringing new online casino players?
So we're absolutely seeing a crossover, and we had always intended to enter into this with synergistic opportunities between our bricks and mortar and mobile applications. We're seeing that our guests are taking to the mobile app as well as continuing to visit our bricks and mortar property. And we've set it up in a manner where the two are working cooperatively together to reach our guests in an omni-channel fashion. The FanDuel partnership and the applications that we've launched in combination with them have worked in a manner that we intend to cross-sell our bricks and mortar property on the app. And on the application, we are going to be cross-selling and are cross-selling our bricks and mortar facility. And we are seeing receptivity from our guests, and we've seen nothing but excitement from our players who've adopted the app.
Right. Well, that sounds very interesting. And we are also seeing that the fourth fiscal quarter results and with adjusted EBITDA reaching all-time high records. So how much can we attribute to these expanded gambling options for these new records, and which other factors do you think are involved in this?
You know, that's a great question. The honest truth is that there are virtually no digital or sports wagering numbers in our fourth quarter results because our fourth quarter ended on September 30th. So we really have 1 day of sports wagering that came in from the Connecticut property, and that's the only impact that would be seen in those numbers. But from the performance of our brick and mortar properties and the reopening of our properties in Canada, you know, we were able to achieve tremendous results in each of the properties. You know, after being closed down, many of them for lengthy periods of time, Canada was closed for over 16 months. With the reopening, we've seen a resurgence of our guests returning, and our properties have all reimagined how they do business and really focused on what's important to the guest and where's the right place to spend our money, and really where we engage our guests the most.
Yeah, and when you opened the temporary sportsbook with FanDuel, and it was by the end of September, you said that the permanent sportsbook will be opening in winter. So I will let you check with you if this is still on track for winter, and if it's meant to become the largest FanDuel sportsbook in the US.
So the answer to both of those is yes. We anticipate that the new sports book would be the largest FanDuel bricks and mortar sports book in the United States. It'll have 11,000 square feet of space, making it one of the largest in the United States. We are on track to open this winter. Our goal is to be open before the Super Bowl. It's tracking well. However, I want to provide a bit of a cautionary tale. You've probably, read or heard a lot about the supply chain issues, and it's not anything that we're not experiencing. We've been affirmed by all of our suppliers that they will have the materials we need to complete the room on the time that they've promised us. But we always remain cautious that something could come up as a fly in the ointment, but our goal is to have it open this winter and in fact have it open for the U.S. football Super Bowl this year.
Right, So, well, one of the hot topics that we're covering at Shoganet is the New York mobile sports betting market, which is soon to launch in early next year. And well, so I would like to ask you about also Massachusetts is debating sports betting legislation. So in terms of neighboring states, do you see that this expanded gambling in Connecticut is driving tourism from neighboring states? And how, when finally New York and potentially Massachusetts go live, what are the competitive advantages of Connecticut, and especially Mohegan Sun Casino with these new enhanced offerings?
Yeah, well, there's a lot in there. So, just starting with the New York wagering, mobile wagering, they've been talked about opening it up themselves before the Super Bowl. We'll see if they hit that date. I would say that, between our iGaming, our sports wagering, and our ability to get into the market first, our ability to connect with our existing guests, along with our ability to demonstrate and showcase our bricks and mortar facility to New York residents, Massachusetts, Rhode Island residents, is certainly a tremendous benefit for us, and something that we see the synergies will be continued to attract guests from all of those states and the neighboring states, including New Jersey, New Hampshire. And we've always had good visitation from all of those states, and we expect that to continue and continue to increase as we expand our offerings and provide, the best gaming destination resort in the Northeast. Massachusetts has talked about it for several years. They've tabled it for this year, so I don't think you're going to see it this year. I don't know in their legislature. I don't think it comes back till sometime in the spring of next year. I'm sure it's something that they'll take up. And, quite honestly, from a mobile operator ourselves, it may be a jurisdiction depending on, the tax rates and the availability of skins. It may be an opportunity for us to look at Massachusetts, where we already service many guests. So we welcome those opportunities in those neighboring states, and an opportunity for us to compete in those, and an opportunity for us to showcase our fantastic resorts that we have, not only here in Connecticut, but in Canada, Pennsylvania, Las Vegas, Washington, New Jersey, and soon 2 years in Korea. So, I think with our offerings, with our brick and mortar facilities, and with our entry into the market, that will be highly competitive with anybody that enters those other markets.
Right. Well, so I would like to ask you, because Mohegan Digital has been, it was created in July, so it's been over 4 months. And then we had the opportunity to speak with the Mohegan Digital president, Rich Roberts, at that time. So he mentioned this Mohegan Digital goal to introduce online gamers to your flagship brick and mortar property, Mohegan Sun Casino. So my question was, what progress could you detail in terms of achieving these goals? And my key question actually was if you are considering diminishing the reliance on Mohegan Sun Casino as a brick and mortar property towards becoming we are seeing an increasing trend of becoming omni-channel companies, especially since the pandemic, with these digital offerings and the enhancement of online side of things.
Yeah, so adding digital gaming to our portfolio of products that we can offer to our guests is obviously a new stream of revenue that we'll be able to generate, which will enhance our overall revenue that we're generating from Mohegan Sun, Connecticut. No different than the other properties that we've acquired throughout our history. So, when you think about the total revenue input from Mohegan Sun, Connecticut will probably become a smaller portion of the total revenue, but we actually expect that the overall revenue to the Connecticut property will increase with digital gaming, because we'll be able to have that omni-channel approach to our guests. We'll be able to engage our guests through multiple medias now, and we'll be able to gain a greater share of their entertainment wallet, and we'll also increase their visitation. As far as the synergies, we started from day one on creating the synergies between the bricks and mortar and the digital gaming. When we first started soliciting our guests to join our mobile gaming application, we not only sent out information from our guests already existing out at bricks and mortar, but we set up sign-up areas here at the bricks and mortar property so that people visiting us could then download our app and become a part of our omni-channel approach. We've also used our digital app to enhance our bricks and mortar experience. By on the digital app, we're able to offer things at the property, such as the opportunity to get tickets or a box to a show, the opportunity to utilize your rewards dollars and your earnings from digital gaming to get a hotel room or a food offering. So we're already creating that. And in the near future, we're actually going to be integrating our rewards program between the digital gaming and our property. So there'll be one, and you can use your rewards program at either of the two. So, that integration is underway now, and we expect that we'll be launching it soon. And we're really excited about the integration between the bricks and mortar and online gaming.
Right. Well, and there's a lot of anniversaries for Mohegan properties, but I will let you focus on your first experience in Las Vegas with Virginal Hotels and this Mohegan Sun Casino there, Mohegan Casino, and we have covered at Chogonet today. The San Manuel tribe, California-based tribe, had the approval from Nevada to purchase the Palms Hotel. So it will be interesting to have your view about if there are any plans to own a casino in Las Vegas based on these learnings that you've had this first year in this city.
Yeah, listen, Las Vegas is the most iconic gaming destination in the world. And for us to be in Las Vegas, to be able to offer a property where our guests from our various properties can go visit and continue to keep their entertainment dollars with the Mohegan family was very important to us. We're very pleased with how Las Vegas has been going. It's been open less than 9 months. It actually just passed 8 months. And we fully expect that that's going to continue to grow as we come out of the pandemic and Las Vegas sees conventions come back and guests become much more comfortable with traveling. It's been a great experience being in Las Vegas. We've always wanted to be in Las Vegas. It's such an iconic gaming destination. We're always looking for opportunities to expand and grow our brand. I would never say that we won't own another property in Las Vegas or look at other opportunities, because we're constantly looking at opportunities. I have nothing to announce today, but we're constantly looking for opportunities, whether it be in Las Vegas or any other jurisdiction throughout the world, to bring our brand and bring our guest service.
Right. Well, you just mentioned earlier the project in Korea, so I would like to ask you about why you have decided to make such a large investment in this particular jurisdiction, considering also the limitation of a casino only for foreigners. What were the key factors driving to this decision?
Yeah, and that's a great question, right? So if you think about Asia in general, it's an underserved market. When you think about the number of gaming operations per resident, Asia is the most underserved market in the world. And Korea was a perfect opportunity for us to enter into the Asia market. It is a foreigners only market now. It's a law in Korea, but that law is subject to change. If that were to ever change, this would be a grand slam, not a home run. Being attached to the airport right at Incheon, which is one of the busiest airports in the world, and being right there at that property, we're confident that this is going to be a destination for travelers throughout the world, and we're building a fully integrated resort and entering that Asia market.
Very clear. Well, we don't have much time, so I would like to finish off with two last topics. One would be maybe an update from your plans in Ontario and Washington. Ontario, I know you were planning to leverage this new market with single event sports betting. And also, well, if you can give us your personal outlooks and new challenges for Mohegan Gaming Entertainment in 2022, just to have a final reflection from you.
Yeah, so Ontario has announced, or the country, Canada, repealed the single game sports wagering prohibition, and the province of Ontario has also announced the authorization to do iGaming, iCasinos. That is a market that we're currently preparing to be active in. Our digital team has been working tirelessly to be prepared to launch when it's permitted under the new regulatory regime. The province has announced that they hope to be ready by the next quarter, so by the end of March of 2022. When that should occur, we'll be prepared to enter that market, and we look forward to entering it, having 2 properties in Niagara, which is a large city on the Canadian-American border, and with the largest database in that region. We think that we'll be highly competitive in that market, which will be an open market for anybody to enter, but we'll have a built-in competitive advantage with our database and with our beautiful bricks and mortar facilities. In the Washington market, we've been working with Elan A and the Cowlitz Tribe on opening an on-premise sportsbook. We have a partner selected. We are finalizing the agreements. The sportsbook is being finished to be built out to be offering that. And we hope in the next quarter to also be able to open an on-premise sportsbook with Elan A, in combination with Elan A and the Cowlitz Tribe and Washington State. As far as 2022, we continue to deal with challenges as any gaming operator does. COVID has had another resurgence and the fears over this new variant, and we'll see how that plays out in the coming months, but it's something we're going to have to continually deal with and make sure that we're addressing. There have been concerns over supply chain issues and making sure that we can get product in a timely manner and at reasonable cost. And in the United States, and I'm sure throughout the world, there continue to be tight labor markets with the Great Resignation, with people moving, and we continue to make sure that we're able to staff our properties appropriately and make sure that we can deliver the world-class guest service that we've always been known for.
That's very insightful. Thank you very much for all these details and insights from you, and taking the time to speak with Shoganet today. And of course, we look forward to catching up with all the new developments and projects that Mohegan Gaming Entertainment has for the gambling industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juan. Appreciate it.
Bye.